speaking. I repeat. This is your captain speaking. Do not adjust your sets. We're about to reach our cruising altitude soon and very soon, man. My Carolina Panthers just got a big time win over them Dallas Cowboys, man. Give it up, man. Give it up, baby. Look, man. Let me take this off. Give it up, man. Look. I'm not gonna be before you too long. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Because y'all already know. I got in a little late. I was at the game yesterday. My voice is a little cracked. You know, I was letting them hear me from the nosebleeds where I was at. Where it was at, I was waving goodbye. I was trash talking. I gave it my all. I left it all on the field. I left it all on the field, and the boys did too, man. What a game. I told y'all, everybody, at least me, my parts in South Carolina, everybody got their relative, their uncle, their auntie, maybe it's even your brother-in-law, whatever it may be, that's a Cowboys fan. No reason to be a Cowboys fan anymore. They local. They live around them parts. But they still a Cowboys fan. This was for them. This one was for them. I want y'all gotta put it in their face. Until I'm sure we'll play them again next year. Put it in their face. Put it in their face. But what up, though, chat? What we doing tonight, man? Y'all know what time it is, man. I can hear. I'm opening the phone line. I'm calling the governor. The Carolina Panthers just beat the Dallas Cowboys in a shootout. The refs were against us. All the circumstances was against us. But the Carolina Panthers still fought through. The defense showed up. The offense played ball. And Rico Dowdle, look, man, somebody call him. Somebody call the authorities. But what's up, chat? What we doing, chat? What we doing, chat? Y'all see the smile on my face. I'm already sweating. Let me get my fan on. There you go. I got to get my fan on, chat. I turned my heat on for the first time because it's cold outside, but it's hot down here. It's hot down here. What's going on, chat? Let me get in the chat. Shout out to the super chats first and foremost. Shout out to my guy Matty B on the super chat. I don't know what I just did. There we go. Bro, what's going on? There we go. This is crazy right now. All right, let me find a different one. I'm all over the place. I know this ain't a prescription in these glasses, so I can't see nothing. I can't see nothing. Dude, what's going on with the super chats? All right, enough. Enough. There we go. My bad. Look, I take one Sunday off and my software start tripping. Long time listener, first time super chat. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. Thank you for all the content. The game against Dallas was the first time in a long time that I didn't feel panic about the boys staying in the game. 3-0 at home. We protect the bank. Shout out to Matty B, man, on the super chat, man. First time super chatter. Long time listener. Look, man, I love meeting y'all at the games. And if y'all see me on the streets out there in real life in the wild, holla at me, man. Holla at me. I love it. I love dapping y'all up. I love I love getting the videos and the pictures together and stuff like that. Holla at your boy. Holla at your boy. I love it. I met a bunch of people at the game Sunday. I went to Checks, and I met some people too. Had some victory wings. We're gonna talk about that a little bit later too. I'm gonna get my food review about Checks too. Y'all recommended that. But shout out to Maddie B on Super Chat. Shout out to J.R. Boolin on the Super Chat. Not to be confused with J.R. Coolin. If that's how you roll, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what kind of colors you rolling with. The biggest win of the David Tepper era. Wow. The culture is changing and everyone can feel it. Keep pounding. The biggest win of the David Tepper era. Ooh, you said it, not me. You said it, not me. Let's talk about it, though. Let's talk about it. Is this the biggest win in the David Tepper era? Is it? Because there's been a couple. The Atlanta game was good, but it wasn't at home. The comeback win versus the Texans exercised some demons because it was the whole C.J. Stroud versus Bryce Young stuff. But the Cowboys at home in a shootout, the refs were stacked against us. Canales and Bryce put it together. Rico went absolutely bananas. He went ham. He went turkey. Roast beef. He went crazy. Chuba. Look, man, we're going to talk about Chuba and Rico. But Rico, yesterday was his day. Yesterday was his day. Over 200 yards from scrimmage again. Again. Hold on. Let me cool a little bit. Was this the biggest win in the David Tepper era? Was it? I don't know, Jim. Was it? How do we feel, chat? How we feeling, chat? How we feeling, chat? Was this the biggest win in the David Tepper era? Let me know how you feel. Let me know how you feel. But look, J.R. Boolin, I appreciate you. Real quick, y'all know what we got to do. If you got something to drink, y'all know we got the blue bottles. Shout out to Bel Air. I ain't no black bottle boy. I'm a blue bottle boy. I got to crack this open. I got to crack it open. I got my champagne glass. Y'all know what we do. Y'all know how we get down. It's a school night, so I got the baby bottle pop. We'll see if it's going to overflow this week. I hope not. I've been taking care of it. But I got to get my trash can just in case. Last week was the first week. We back-to-back wins. I got to get used to these. I might have to get a case. I'm not going to lie. If we're gonna keep hooping like this, I'm gonna have to get a case. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We good. Pour you up some if you got some. Y'all know what time it is, man. Here we go. Toast to the Carolina Panthers 30-27 victory, man. Week 6, we 500 for the first time in 4 years. What was you doing 4 years ago? Think about what you was doing 4 years ago. 4 years has been a minute. I ain't had no kids. I wasn't married. I guess technically I was because it was football season, but I had just got married. I was a whole different person. I wasn't no daddy. My beard's still not connecting, but I got a little bit more growth in my facial hair. You know what I'm saying? What was you doing 4 years ago? That's how long it's been since the Carolina Panthers have been 500. We celebrate today. It tastes like victory. It tastes like victory. It tastes like victory. It tastes like victory. Dana Lowe said, where do I get this shirt? This is a Carolina Reaper shirt. Shout out to the boys at FBFO. Go to forpanthersfansonly.com. T-Dot said he was running the streets 4 years ago. He said he was running the streets 4 years ago. 4 years is a long time, bro. It's been a minute since we've been 500. He said 21, no kids, not married. Sheesh, long time ago. I was on the south side of 30. I was on the south side of 30 4 years ago. Look at me. I got a kid, kids, a wife. A lot that changed in 4 years, man. Being a Panthers fan aged you like dog years. It's like it's been forever since we've been 500, man. It tastes like victory. It tastes like victory. It tastes like victory. Look, man, don't let anybody rain on your parade. I know some of y'all last week, some of y'all in the chat, I got to call y'all out. Y'all got to come to the front of the congregation. Come to the front of the congregation. The church doors are open. Some of y'all was in my chat last week saying that it don't matter that we beat the Dolphins. The Cowboys are going to come in here and kill us. Dak Prescott, he's going to throw for 12 billion yards on us. Why are y'all celebrating? Why are you so happy? Shame on y'all. Shame on you. You didn't believe. Shame on you. You did not believe. You were scared. You were nervous. And the past trauma of being a Panthers fan, you let it overcome you. You let it overcome you. It's time to come to the front of the congregation. It is time to come to the front of the congregation. The church doors are open. They open. Look, man. Y'all said that, bruh. Y'all said that the Cowboys is going to come in here and kill us. You didn't believe. You didn't believe. You didn't. You didn't. But the Carolina Panthers, what we did these past couple games, the trenches matter. When you can control the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, that's fundamental football stuff. Stop the run and run the ball. That's fundamental football. Bruh, what about we've lost the turnover battle 2 weeks in a row and still won. I don't know. That's probably the first 2 times in the Bryce Young era we've lost the turnover battle and won the game because we just have such little room for error. We have such little room for error. People just think that it's over. Usually turnovers are death nails. It is the final nail in the coffin when we turn the ball over, especially early. But we've proven we can overcome that. We play complementary football now. We do. We're getting back to that. We're getting back to it. To keep pounding. We're getting back to it. We're getting back to it. Look, man. Some of y'all didn't believe. Some of y'all didn't believe. If you know who you are, if you see them, point them out. If you see them, point them out. Let me get back to the super chat real quick. Shout out to my guy, Mr. Luke Cage, on the super chat. Said the social media team did their thing. They called out Stephen A. They was trolling the Cowboys with the Tomaso. Well, you ain't talking. Cat got your tongue. The social media team might be back too. They getting in their bag too. Tastes like victory. They getting in their bag too. Mr. Luke Cage said we playing Rico charges on all them HO3s until week 18. Look, man. You don't know. Like the funny thing is, bro, when you beat the Cowboys, everybody treats you different. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, you ever notice that? I don't know if y'all noticed that. If you wear some Panthers gear out, when you beat the Cowboys, and I'm gonna tell you right now, there's a lot of fan bases that I hate. The Falcons, the Saints, But after them two, the Cowboys, man. But the thing is, bro, when you beat the Cowboys, your favorite team beat the Cowboys, people treat you different. I had people holding doors open for me, smiling at me, asking me how about my day was. I went to Publix Deli. He threw me 2 extra wings in my 6-piece. They would treat me good. Everybody hate the Cowboys. Everybody hate the Cowboys. Thank you. Good game by y'all. I was watching. Good game by y'all. Them both, hey, they treat you different. Everybody hate the Cowboys, man. Everybody hate the Cowboys. Look, man, you would have thought I played the way they was treating me. I had a good day. I had a good day. A good day. Everybody hate the Cowboys, man. Shout out to my guy Damian Felder on the super chat. Said those Cowboys fans trying to get loud when Panthers O was on the field in the fourth pissed me off. He said, glad we sent them home with an L. Seeing those sad faces was so sweet. Listen, man. I was up in the bleeds, bro. And that's where all the visitors come. It's like the Wild Wild West up in the nosebleeds, bro. Very accessible tickets. That's all I gotta say. Cause I didn't pay much either. But Lord, there was a lot of Cowboys fans up there. We was giving it to them all game. I was loud. My hands hurt. Y'all see I lost my voice. My hands hurt from hitting the seats. I'm over there playing Twister, trying to bang seat. One foot going forward, left on the one on the right, one on the left. I'm making all kind of noise. No, they ain't hear me. I'm up there next to God. I'm so high. I can feel the heat. I can feel the heat coming off the stadium lights. That's how high I was. I was so high up there, boy. Look, man, it was a lot of Cowboys fans up there. A lot of them. But we would bro, that's the type of game that you dream of. A nice back and forth game. Your team is dominating. We got to point out first downs about 18 times. What a phenomenal experience as a fan, man. Phenomenal experience. Phenomenal. Shout out to my guy Tristan Goodman on the super chat. Say Rico running like the rent is due. Hey, look, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. What are you talking about, Siri? Let's talk about it. Because Rico Dowdle, man, franchise record. There's been a lot of good running backs in our franchise history. Steven Davis, Deshaun Foster, Jay Stu, D-Lo, Biaka Batuka had his run. Even Christian McCaffrey. Hey, I'm gonna give Chuba Hubbard his flowers. But as nobody has had as many yards from scrimmage as Rico Dowdle did against the Dallas Cowboys. Crazy. Crazy, right? Nobody's done it before. This 2-game stretch by him has already put him top 5 in the league in rushing. It's crazy. It's crazy. Bro, listen, man. This brother is running. Somebody said he's running like the renters do. Nobody runs harder than a running back that's trying to get paid. I'm going to tell you that right now. Nobody runs harder than a running back that's trying to get paid. And Rico got that look in his eye. He got that look in his eye. This brother is running with his head on fire. You know, bro, it was personal. He put the buckle up comments out there and he stood on it and he backed it up. You know when you can talk trash in the media and then your teammates have your back? You heard T-Mac was talking about how bad. T-Mac said they wanted to do it for Rico. That's what T-Mac said. Said they was trying to do it for Rico. Look, man, it's a beautiful thing when you have that brotherhood coming together, guys playing for each other, making plays, everybody celebrating everybody. You saw T-Mac celebrating last week for XL. You saw XL celebrating for T-Mac. Everybody getting hyped for Rico, trying to hype him up. Rico is running motivated, man. Everybody's trying to figure out what we're going to do with Chuba Hubbard. I done heard everything from trade Chuba for picks to leave Chuba out for whatever. I done heard everything. People are throwing out all kind of stuff. What do we do with Chuba? What do we do with, we have Rico? Why do we don't need, bro. Why are people trying to get rid of Chuba Hubbard when Rico Dowdle can't finish a game? As great as he has been, this brother has left the game with cramps 2 games in a row. There's a lot of responsibility that come with being a bell cow. And them legs locking up. You need 2 running backs to keep fresh. And I like ETN, but he ain't running hard like Rico. And he ain't running hard like Chuba. You need 2 running backs. We were built as a franchise on having multiple running backs. But we got fans that lost the plot. People want to trade Chuba. We just paid him for a team-friendly contract. They paid him because he's so much of a leader. He built himself up from nothing. He was a 5th-round pick. Y'all hated this man because he was a Matt Rule pick. He turned himself into an 1,100-yard back. See, I don't want to have these type of conversations because if you look at our run game in general, our run game was struggling. Y'all forgot how Rico looked them first couple weeks. Rico looked like doo-doo too. Our run scheme was bad. Even Dave Canales came out and said that we've had to change our run game. We running a lot more power, gap scheme. You see Damian Lewis pulling out. You see Brady Christensen pulling out. We running sweeps. We getting downhill power football. We running all kind of stuff. We've had to change our running scheme. It just so happened to align with the time that Rico Dowdle became the starting running back. It also aligned with the time that we played the 2 worst rushing defenses in the league. The Dallas Cowboys and the Miami Dolphins have 2 of the worst run defenses, period. It was a recipe for success. Not to mention the offensive line is going absolutely berserk. Absolutely berserk, even with backups. So it's just been a perfect storm for production from Rico. But for people to want to trade Chuba Hubbard when we hadn't even faced the defense that has a pulse, shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. What is it? What is it? What is it? What's so appealing about trying to trade guys for picks? What is it? What is it? Our offense ain't good enough to be giving away good players. We need more. We need to collect more good players. Keep them here. Don't ship them out. You know what I'm saying? What are we doing? Look, the best approach is to go running back by committee. Whoever has the hot hand that day, let them roll. And everybody's saying like, oh, these are guys, they need volume. They need volume. No, they don't. They don't need volume. They're not that type of backs. They don't need volume. They're not. It's just the running schemes have been way better. We stopped running a lot. If you've been watching after further review on Wednesdays, we talked about it. A lot less zone blocking, a lot more gap scheme blocking. I talked about it in countless videos. Come on, man. Come on. What's better than one good running back? 2. Bro. Like, what you mean? Get rid of Chuba. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all done lost the plot, man. Some of y'all done lost the plot. Y'all done lost the plot, man. Shout out to Mr. Luke Cage on the Super Chat. He said, let me piss folk off. As much as folk hate on Bryce, is the offense more efficient in the red zone than other Panthers teams since 2015? 100%. I agree. Because even, we can look it up, but it feels like we do pretty darn good in the red zone. Because even with Joe Brady, we had a lot of production in yards between the 20s. But when you got to the red zone, when it mattered, it felt like it felt like we just hit a wall. We couldn't figure it out. That's what it felt like. But now, man, with the run game we got, with T-Mac, with our tight ends that we using now, it feels like we got a lot of tools in the tool belt, man. A lot of tools in the tool belt. And Dave Canales is dialing it up. We got to open the church doors again. One more time. Open the church doors again. Some of y'all wanted him fired. Some of y'all wanted him shipped out of town. Some of y'all asked, what does he even do? Y'all said he was Mr. Rogers. Y'all said he was too bubbly. Whatever. Y'all said, y'all called that man all kind of stuff. But Dave Canales was dialing it up. He's been dialing it up like I told y'all. I dropped the film breakdown where I told y'all it was about execution. I showed y'all the tape. The play calls and the opportunities were there. But guys just weren't executing. Was it his fault? Maybe because they're not playing in preseason? Probably. But I told y'all that the play calling wasn't the issue. The execution had to catch up. And I said it on the stream. There's nothing, nobody was coming to save the Panthers. They just had to play better. I said that. I said this, if you fire Canales, who's going to take over? If you fire Evero, who's going to take over? You can't make trades. You're not going to trade for a linebacker probably. You're not going to make any big splash moves right now. I said, nobody's coming to save us. I said, the players simply have to play better. And what they do, play better. And look at the result. W's. Nobody's coming to save us. It was up to them. They had to play better. And that they did. It tastes like victory. It tastes like victory. It tastes like victory. Hey, man. Listen, man. Canales dialed it up, man. He dialed it up. And I'm going to tell you right now, the biggest turning point and coaching point from the game that I thought the decision that he made turned the whole game. Walk with me real quick. Walk with me. Walk with me. So right before, and I've told y'all about the middle 8. Those middle 8 minutes, the last 4 minutes of the half, and the first 4 minutes of the third quarter, those are so crucial. The games we've lost, we've been dominated in that part. Dominated. But look, the middle 8, what happened? The Carolina Panthers drove down. They were down 17-10. Dallas puts on a clinic. 13 plays, 77 yards. The Panthers, they drive down and get stopped at midfield. It was a huge decision. Trust me. Look, I was up there in the nosebleeds. It was windy as hell. Windy as hell. It was drizzling. It was not favorable conditions. We decided to try out Ryan Fitzgerald for a 55-yarder. We could have punted it. We could have punted it and been conservative. We could have went for it, I guess, maybe. Maybe, I don't know. I doubt it. What was that? What was it down in distance? What was it down in distance? 4th and 10? No, he wasn't going to go for it. But 55-yarder after Xavier Legette did all that craziness, I thought that decision to kick the field goal was the turning point and the biggest coaching decision of the game. Dave Canales really locked in, gave the rookie kicker a chance in those windy conditions. I'm telling you, it was windy. I was up in them nosebleeds up high. It was breezy up there. It was breezy. For real. But Ryan Fitzgerald, onions, nailed that kick. It was 17-13. Because if you miss it, they getting the ball back at just about midfield. We just gave up a big-time drive. The defense is kind of reeling. They would have a chance to go up, maybe get 3 more points, maybe even get 7, the way things is going with Mike Jack and Pickens. We would have been down 2 possessions going into halftime. But instead, we were down 4, and then we came out those first 4 minutes. What we do? We go up top on the first snap to Jimmy Horn Jr. stretch the field. Capped it off with a Rico Dowdle catch down the sideline and run. 2 chunk plays at the beginning and the end of the drive. 4 plays, 81 yards. Now we got the lead. Now it's 20-17. Now it's the ball game. Now it's the ball game. Because then you lock in, your defense starts locking in and selling in. They get a little bit more momentum. They get a stop. But they end up giving the lead back right before the 4th. But when you come out, start the 4th, you get it's the back and forth proceeds. But that was the turning point to me at the half, right before the half. Getting that 55-yard field goal was huge. It could have been a whole different ball game had we missed that or had we punted that. It could have been a whole different game. It could have. So I got to give Canales his credit. I got to give the rookie, Ryan Fitzgerald, his credit. He was wilding up in New England, but he was good yesterday. Man, shout out to them. Shout out to Chicken Wang on the super chat. Said, preach. We playing grown man football the last 2 weeks. Look, man. And you can tell me it was just the opponent. That's fine. How many times have we lost games that we're supposed to win? How many times are we supposed to be found a get right scenario where teams get right against us? How many times have we been a get right scenario? So I'm not going to dismiss anything against anybody in terms of the outcome. We can put stuff in perspective in terms of what Rico was doing and stuff like that. But I'm not dismissing anything in terms of team wins. Back-to-back wins in the second time in the Canales era. First time being 500 in about 4 years. You can do a lot of things in 4 years. You can get a high school degree. You can get a college degree. A presidential term is 4 years. You can do a lot. You can do a lot in 4 years. It's been a minute since we've been 500. It's been a minute. Shout out to Mr. Luke Cage again on the super chat. So how you gonna get rid of Chuba? The people not see DJ Dallas on the first drive look like regular season Cameron Artist Payne, and it ended in 3. Come on, son. Hey, man, DJ Dallas got his first carry. They sent him right on back. They said, go on, bro. Stop playing, bro. Get Rico back out here. Because I hate when they break off them long runs and they give it right to the running back again like his legs ain't heavy. This is me as a former running back. If you break off a 12-yard run, okay, yeah, get it to him again. But if the dude break off a big chunk run when he done broke 15 tackles, don't give him the ball again. Don't go hurry up and give him the ball again. Give that man a breather. Give him a breather. Tap your helmet, give him a breather. We need both of them. Both of them. Both of them. Said clock management getting better every week. Yeah, I don't know what Xavier Legette was doing, man. That lateral was kind of crazy. I'm not sure what bro was thinking. Y'all, some of y'all asking how did we shut the Falcons out, but they going crazy on the Bills. I'm gonna tell you a secret. We own them bombs. We own them bombs. That's how. We own them bombs. That's how we can shut them out, but they're gonna go on national TV and drop all these points. We own them bombs. I'm gonna tell y'all the secret. That's the secret. We own them bombs. We own them. That's how. That's how. Own them. And they know it. They know it. Yeah, Rico told him to pitch it. Rico told him to pitch it. But let's talk about a little bit more, man. So let's talk about Bryce Young. Bryce Young, 199 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick that wasn't his fault. It was a drop. Bryce Young was locked in, man. What I saw from Bryce Young, the play action, him hanging in the pocket, he looked poised. He stood tall. I said it last week. We don't need Bryce Young to save the world every play. Just run the offense. Distribute the ball. Make good decisions. Be poised. Be composed. And then when it calls for you to be special, be special. When you see Jimmy Horn down the sideline, throw it to him. When you got a double move to T-Mac, throw that thing to him. When you see Dowdle going down the sideline, get it to him. If it's 4th down, we need one. Get it to Renfro. Be special when we need you to, bro. You know what I'm saying? Get another game-winning drive for Bryce Young. Just be special. Be special when we need you to. My voice is going out. Again, 4 to 5 plays a game when we need you to be special, especially them clutch drives. Be special. But just run the offense. Stay composed. Don't turn it over. The way our defense playing and the way we run the ball, it can be good. We can be good. And we're going to grow. We can grow. You know what I'm saying? We can grow. We can grow. It tastes like victory. All right. But I thought Bryce Young had a pretty good game, man. Pretty damn good game from Bryce Young. The running game working. The play action was phenomenal. Again, we're in a lot more under center. I think, again, I've talked about our gap scheme runs. A lot of them come up from under center. And Greg Olsen said it perfectly. Our best running plays are from under center. A lot of our best passing plays are from shotgun. The hard part is trying to marry them together to find that happy medium. Because when you marry them together, you can be unpredictable. You can keep them off balance. Your play action is a little bit more effective from under center than it is from shotgun. But Bryce Young isn't necessarily as comfortable being under center and turning his back to the defense. That's just not something that he's used to. That's not something he did a lot of in college, obviously. Not many players do it in college. But it was working. It was working on Sunday. Bryce Young, again, there were times, even the T-Mac play, the touchdown, he was hanging in the pocket. It was in a phone booth. I'm talking about dude's left, dude's right. He throwing it. He ain't run out the back door. He's standing in the pocket, standing strong, standing tall, and delivering. Alan Randall, what up, brother? What up, though? But Bryce, man, locked in. That's what we need, man. The running game opens up the pass game. There were a lot more opportunities down the field, some shots, but it felt like this was the first time we really got the deep ball rocking since last year. Last year, we were throwing the ball down the field. And I think that's what Canales likes to do. He likes to push the ball down the field. Bryce Young doesn't have the strongest arm, but them 20, 25, 30, 35-yard completions, he can live with those. Those are chunk plays. Can he be a little bit more accurate? That way, like Jimmy Horn can catch and run? Yeah. But we're hitting these completions. We're pushing the ball down the field. They can't stack the box because we're pushing the ball down the field. We got T-Mac on the outside. if we can be consistent and start hitting some of them deep shots, it's going to be very, very hard to guard us if we're going to continue to run the ball like this. It's going to be hard. But, like, the tight ends are showing up. Everybody's getting love, man. Everybody eats. Everybody eats. T-Mac only had 3 catches yesterday, but he had 2 touchdowns. You know what I mean? Everybody eats. Look at the box score. How many people caught a pass? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 people caught a pass. Rico led the team in rushing and receiving. But again, shoot, Bryson Tremaine didn't even catch a pass, but he had a great day blocking. Tommy Tremble had a busy day blocking, and he had a pretty productive 4 catches, 39 yards, efficient. Jimmy was explosive. We got to get Jimmy more involved, man. Mitchell Evans had a chunk play. We got a lot of options, bro. A lot of options. And Bryce don't discriminate. In the clutch, going to Renfro. Last week in the clutch, going to Jimmy Horn Jr. Not T-Mac. Not Xavier Legette. He went to Jimmy Horn Jr. last week and Hunter Renfro this week on 4th down. Bryce Young has got confidence in his guys. He's going to give his guys a chance. To me, that's leadership. That's leadership. When a guy drops a pass like T-Mac, but you still come back to him for touchdowns, you believe in him, that's leadership. That's leadership to me. That's leadership. And guys want to play for a guy like that when it's going to give anybody a chance in the clutch because of the time y'all put in practice, what he sees from you in practice. That's leadership to me. Exactly. Make the most of your opportunities, man. And then we got Jalen Coker coming back. Dog, Moton's going to be back. Coker going to be back. Dude, the Jets game, I'm so excited. I want to see us get this road victory. I don't want to get too far ahead because I'm enjoying this one. But we'll talk about the Jets a little bit more. Obviously, Wednesday. I will be going live again, breaking down the game even further. This is just my reaction in lieu of yesterday. But man, it feels good when you have young players. You're witnessing young guys improve, get better, and get experience. That's what we're witnessing. I don't know. Do y'all know what y'all are witnessing? I don't know if Panthers fans know what we're witnessing. We're seeing the youth and the veteran mix slowly gel, come together, start to find their identity, start to find how good they are, start to find what they can do in the league and what they can't do. Figuring out different ways to win. You smoked the Falcons in a 30-0 shutout. It was never close. The next game against Miami that you win, you're down by 17 early because of 2 turnovers from your quarterback. But the team has his back, and y'all come from behind and win. This game ends up being an old-fashioned shootout at home. You put up 30 points. 3 different identities for the game. You're winning in different ways, man. You're winning in different ways. This is just, you're finding out about yourself. Finding out you're growing together. You're building trust. It feels like we're going in the right direction, man. This team is figuring stuff out on its own, on the fly. We're witnessing that right now. Very, very encouraging. Like Josh said. Shout out to Josh. What up, Josh? Very, very encouraging. You seeing them start to try to put it together. And I don't care if these dudes have bad defenses. We had a bad defense. Nobody felt sorry for us when we got killed last year. You know what I'm saying? Nobody said, oh, it's just the Panthers. You know what I mean? Nobody said that. Nobody felt sorry for us when they was trash. Nobody felt sorry for us. So, look, I'm not going to dismiss any wins that we get because they're all going to the bank. They all go into the memory bank. They all go into the confidence bank. You're getting experience. You're getting stuff on tape. You're still learning lessons. I'd rather learn these lessons in wins than losses. I'll tell you that. I'd rather have wins to be able to pull the tape off of and be like, hey, man, and nitpick and be like, hey, we could be better here. We can get better there. I'd rather do it in wins than losses. That's for dang sure. That's for dang sure. You know what I mean? So, man, it feels good to see that core start to play. But let's talk about his defense. What can we say? The Carolina Panthers defense, man. They have their issues in coverage, but this run defense looks tough. The run defense looks tough. What the transformation that's happened from last year to now, going from giving up 7 straight 200-yard games that leaked over into this current season to giving up 50 yards total in the past 2 weeks, 25 yards per game allowed rushing over the last 2 weeks. Dude, this is crazy. This is really crazy. Again, I got to give credit to Dan Morgan. Got to give credit to Ejiro. And I have to give credit to the players, man. Derrick Brown, Bobby Brown, A'Shawn Robinson, Pat Jones, Nick Scorton. Dude, man, negative play after I gotta give credit to Trevon Moehrig too. He's getting TFLs. Our coverage, say what you want about it. Our pass rush, say what you want about it. But when you can make a team one-dimensional, even when they're as good, have a quarterback as good as Dak Prescott, you can do some things to mix up coverages and stuff. As long as you're not getting destroyed in coverage, you're limiting big plays as much as possible. If you can stop the run and make them predictable, that's a competitive enough defense that if you have an offense complimenting you, you can make some things shake. Look what happens when we have a competent defense. A competent defense. And then you have an offense that helps them a little bit. They look way better. Way better. Can I share my screen? Can y'all see this? Look at these rankings. Your Carolina Panthers are ranked ninth in rushing yards per game allowed. Ninth, 94.5 rushing yards allowed per game to start the year. 94. Crazy. EPA per rush. Number 9. You have a top 10 rush defense, people. A top 10 rush defense, people. Not just from yards, but by EPA. EPA, expected points added. Expected points added. What a transformation, bro. We were far and beyond bottom, trash can, garbage can, dumpster, sewer, whatever you want to call it. And I know it's still early, but we've shut down a Cardinals rush defense that has James Conner. We limited Bijan Robinson to 72 yards, and you see how many yards. He just went 81 on the last play before halftime, and we limited Bijan Robinson to 72 yards. You shut down the Dolphins, who's giving some teams some trouble. You held them to 19. And then you hold the Dallas Cowboys to 31 yards after they ran for over 100 plus against the Jets last week. Look, man, keeping them one-dimensional is going to be huge. 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 Now, pass defense, coverage, we're going to have to pray for Mike Jackson. We're going to have to pray for Mike Jack. Y'all keep Mike Jack lifted in prayer. He's going through a tough time right now. This brother started off so strong. He started off so strong, but these past 3 weeks, Lord have mercy. Y'all keep Mike Jack lifted in prayer, man. Keep him lifted in prayer. He going through a tough time. He was playing so bad, JC. He was playing so bad, JC said, nah, bro. I'm guarding Pickens on this last drive. I'm guarding Pickens on his last drive. He was struggling. Diggs gave it to him. Waddle gave it to him. And then Pickens gave it to him. Look, man, Mike Jack is a capable starter. And this is the thing. To me, I'm pretty comfortable and familiar with our roster in terms of like strengths and weaknesses. I know what type of players give guys trouble. I know what guys like to do. Everybody wants to know why J.C. Horn doesn't travel. I think it's because of Mike Jack. It's because of Mike Jack. You heard Canales. They asked Canales about it today. Canales said, we play zone. We don't play a lot of man. We play zone. So JC traveling, all they got to do is send the guy in motion. And we're not going to follow him. JC plays the short side of the field. And Mike Jack plays the wide side. Notice when you watch the broadcast, next time watch it. JC Horn plays a lot of press, a lot of man coverage. When you do that, your back is to the football. Yeah, you're going to look back for the ball when it comes, but you have to be comfortable with your back to the football. You have to be comfortable not seeing the ball. You have to be comfortable and not panic and get an interference. Or if it's a back shoulder, you got to be able to play that. Or you can't grab because you're nervous. You have to be comfortable with your back to the ball to do what JC does. Mike Jack is not comfortable with his back to the ball. That's why Mike Jack plays the wide side. That's very, very far off the line. He keeps everything in front of him. Notice a lot of his PBUs, even his interception. He was coming forward, making the play, like seeing it, looking at the quarterback, looking at the receiver, keying it and going. See why a lot of stuff happens underneath him. He gives up catches and they'll make the tackle on the spot a lot sometimes. He's not comfortable with his back to the football because against Diggs, they threw a back shoulder fade. His back was to the ball. He was lost. It was probably a push off, but he was lost. He was playing off against Waddle. Waddle ran by him. When it was time for him to turn and run, back was to the ball. He was beaten anyway, but he wasn't comfortable. He's not overly fast. He's a little tight in the hips in terms of turning and running. Mike Jackson has his strengths and has his weaknesses. Certain receivers are going to give him trouble, and a lot of teams are not going to throw at J.C. Horn. So they're going to put their best receiver, who is typically on the boundary by like traditional stuff, they're going to put him to the wide side. They're going to try to get him matched up with Mike Jack, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So corner, if you want to see Chasey travel, if you want to be a lot more aggressive, corner needs to be up. Outside corner needs to be high on your draft priority list next year. It does. Corner needs to be high on your priority list. It does. And so that's just the thing what it is. Lucas, what up, though? Somebody else said what up, though, too. Who did I miss? Who did I miss? I missed somebody. Who did I miss? Oh, Miss Douglas, what up, though? Appreciate you checking in, Miss Lady. Tyree, what up, though? It's good, bro. But the other thing, man, we can't get after the quarterback. The pressure and pass rush is struggling. It's struggling. Another week, no sacks. It don't matter how many pass rush meetings we have. Nobody's coming to save us. Nobody's coming to save us. We only pressured Dak on 17% of his dropbacks. When he was pressured, we did good. He only had 2 completions. We almost got a pick in the red zone when they tried to throw a screen. But like, it feels like we're getting close. We squeeze the pocket, but they have too much time. It's tough because we play zone. You can't play man with no pass rush either because you can't play man coverage all day. But if you play zone and you allow him to diagnose what kind of coverages you're in, no matter how much you try to disguise it, the good quarterbacks are going to pick you apart. Maybe not Justin Fields. You could probably fool Justin Fields next week. But Josh Allen, he'll pick you apart. Jordan Love, he may throw you 1 or 2. He good for them. But he'll pick you apart too. Nobody's coming to save us, man. I like the young guys we got, but we don't have that difference maker on the edge. We don't. Even when we stop the run and get them in the obvious pass scenarios, we ain't got the juice. It came alive last week with a leaky O-line, but it was MIA this week. He only pressured Dak Prescott on 17% of his dropbacks. Wow. 7 total pressures. Jesus Christ. And one of them came from a safety. Zone defense versus with no pass rush is recipe for disaster. Man defense with no pass rush is also a recipe for disaster. The biggest thing for us is, of course, our ability to stop the run. Is making them one-dimensional. Playing coverage and making tackles. Not giving up the big play. Bend but don't break because you ain't got no pass rush. Bend but don't break. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing. Bend but don't break. That's all we can do when you don't have a pass rush. That's all you can do. But look, I don't know what to go. I don't know what the answer is at pass rush. I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, we hit them once. We put one hand on the right shoulder, one hand on the left shoulder. They called roughing the passer. Look, man, the refs was killing us. The refs was killing us, man. They was killing us at home. You're not supposed to get them calls at home. You're not supposed to get them type of calls at home. We don't put any pressure on quarterbacks. But then when we finally did, tweet. It was nasty. The home cooking was nasty. And we were the home team. But I don't know. It's just not gonna happen. There's certain matchups where it's gonna be nasty. There's certain quarterbacks that are gonna pick us apart. We got maybe we blitz, but like again, a quarterback like Dak, deadly against the blitz, deadly against zone coverage. The best quarterbacks will kill you against the blitz. So you got to save the blitz. Either you got to blitz like the Vikings do and blitz like all the time and confuse everybody. But if you a sometime team that only halfway blitzes and you're not always effective like we are, not going to work. Not going to work. It ain't. But again, wait, is the Falcons game 28 or 21? I thought the Falcons game was 28. What happened? I thought the Falcons game was 28-7 at halftime. What happened though? 21-7, the game ain't over. That's plenty of time. But again, the coverage. Mike Jack got to get better. Do we play Corey Thornton? Do we play Shaw Smith-Wade on the outside? I don't know. Maybe you play Shaw on the outside. Maybe you play Shaw on the outside. I don't know. I don't know. But I have to give Ejiro Evero credit. I have to. The way things are trending is looking like, okay, yeah, maybe Ejiro just needed better players. Maybe Ejiro just needed better players. Maybe if you get Ejiro a juiced up edge rusher, he might cook even more. Maybe. But Ejiro's been in his bag, bro. Ejiro has kind of been in his bag. Yeah, it can be frustrating, the not traveling JC and stuff like that, but I just think he doesn't trust the other corners in the secondary like that. I don't think he trusts them. I don't. So, I mean, like, I don't know, man. I get it. Even mixing up the coverages, doing some different things, but there's going to be some matchups that are going to be bad for us. Fortunately for us, we don't play. We got a couple weeks till we face another big-time wide receiver, but it's tough. If we kept Clowney on the vet minimum, would that have helped? He went on the vet minimum for 1, 2, maybe, but 3. I heard some things about Clowney. I'm not trying to shade him. I just heard that he just wasn't. He wasn't like they didn't just get rid of him like Thielen because he was old. I heard it was like some not locker room stuff like he was a problem, but I think him being older and like where we were going and like just what the energy just didn't align with what they were trying to, the direction they were trying to go with the youth. That's just what I heard. It ain't nothing. It's just through the grapevine. It ain't nothing concrete. I just heard he wasn't fully jiving. No bad blood, I don't think, but I just think they didn't think he was jiving with what they were trying to do with their youth movement and what was going on and stuff like that. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. But the Bills just got on the board. I told you, I thought it was 28. 21-7, you're getting the ball at halftime. I mean, that's nothing. It's nothing. Yeah, I agree, Domo. I don't think he was really bought in, man. I don't think he was bought in. The hometown story was cool. We gave him a decent little bag. But it is what it is. The Thielen thing was different. Again, the Thielen thing, in my opinion, was a little bit different. Hindsight 2020. Maybe it was a mistake. But that's just what I heard. Again, I have no sources, nothing confirmed. This is just what I heard through the grapevine. Heard it through the grapevine. But we definitely need some juice. I don't know where we go from here. I don't know where we go from here with the pass rush, but I'm so proud of this defense. Derek Brown is playing like he's definitely top 5. He's playing like a top 5 interior D lineman. I'm just not really here to debate it anymore. If you don't think so, you don't know ball. You know? You don't know ball. But again, I just love to see our front to dominate in the trenches on both sides. Again, just like the Miami game. If a team can't run the ball, they're not going to be able to drain the clock and protect their lead. So it was a recipe for a comeback. When you make a team one-dimensional like Dallas, they try to get cute, go screens and stuff down the stretch. A lot of people are talking about that milk clock final drive, but nobody's talking about the 3 and out that the Panthers pitched before that to get the ball back to the offense. 2 negative plays on the screen, and then another, they got pressure and it was a dump off, and they stopped it short of sticks. A phenomenal 3 and out. I'm not going to lie. I'm still traumatized by our defense being trash. Every time we get a 3 and out, I'm giving a standing ovation. I'm standing up on my couch, giving a standing ovation. 3 and outs, man. They were so few and far between last year. But then you got Wallace making plays for a loss on screens. You got Morig making plays. Rosebloom is hooping. It's crazy. It's crazy what can happen just by switching the green dot. For a while, they told us Wallace wasn't ready for the green dot. We saw it on tape, too. His head was swimming. He didn't know what to do. He couldn't get lined up. They went no huddle. He was confused. But switching them out, man, Wallace is playing like his hair's on fire. Rosebloom looking like Clay Matthews, bro, like just with the hair flowing. It's nuts. Still a little bit iffy in coverage at times. Can't even front. Still a little iffy in coverage. But, bro, I'm actually, if they're gonna keep playing like this is exactly what Dan Morgan envisioned. A lot of people were concerned about them not addressing linebacker, and I was too. Because to me, if you knew Josie Jewell was gonna retire or was dealing with concussion symptoms all offseason, you should have had a backup plan. That's all my only gripe. But everybody wanted them to go spend some money on linebacker. I thought they should have just kept Shaq. But they wanted him to spend money on linebacker. But he said, no. I think if we upgrade our D-line, we get Bobby Brown, we get a healthy Derek, we get a Pat Jones to set the edge, and we're stronger front, we get rid of Shy Tuttle, that way we're not getting our linemen pushed into the laps of our linebackers, damn it, we might be all right. Let's see how good our linebackers are there. Let's invest there and see what trickles to the linebacking level. If you put some good D linemen in front of those linebackers, maybe they'll play better. Maybe they'll play better. And if that didn't, that's exactly what happened. Shout out to Dan Morgan for the philosophy and cooking on that. I do think we need to draft a young linebacker that can blitz off ball. Especially since Wallace is wearing the green dot now. If you want to keep giving Wallace a chance to develop, fine. But get me a young linebacker with some speed that's smart, it's good in coverage, but can also blitz. Apparently this draft class is deep at linebacker. Draft one of them. Draft you a corner while you at it. Draft you a pass rush. We might have to pull an all-defensive draft. I doubt we will. But we need some juice at pass rush. We need a blitzing linebacker. And we need a corner that we can depend on that plays some man coverage. We need it. If we really want to take this defense to the next level. And again, I'm starting to believe in Ajiro, man. I'm starting to believe it was the personnel. I'm starting to believe it was the personnel. Because Ajiro, man, he's doing a lot more versatile things. He's using Morig all over the place. Trevon Morig, I put the film breakdown out last week. Underrated, bro. Underrated chess piece for us. It tastes like victory. Underrated chess piece. Underrated chess piece. But man, would I trade Rico or Chuba for a true number 2 corner? No. Because we got a number 2 corner. We need a dog. A number 2 corner going to have some weaknesses. I'm keeping both our running backs. I'm not giving away nothing on offense. Nothing. Say, hey, I'm just dropping in to say GG. Say y'all would beat us and I was wrong. Y'all had something cooking up for sure. Oh, ain't you the one that was booing the other day? Is this the Cowboys fan we was booing on Wednesday? I appreciate you. I appreciate you spinning back. You was coming in here talking trash. We booed you. I appreciate you coming back and standing on it. I appreciate you coming back and standing on it. Good game to y'all too. I'm just happy we beat y'all. I also think 2023, we didn't have the right personnel as well. We still had Shy Tuttle. still got the tomatoes ready. He got the tomatoes ready. He said, I respect it coming back. Yeah, we booed him, bro. We booed him. We booed him in the chat on Wednesday. Said, thanks for coming back. Now, boo this man again. Boo this man again. Hey, y'all ruthless. Hey, man, bro came back. Y'all said to boo him again. Boo him again. But I appreciate y'all watching. Make sure y'all get the video a thumbs up if you have not. 208 people in the chat, 103 likes. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. We celebrating, and it tastes like victory. It tastes like victory. Listen, as a Panthers fan, he said he come in peace. I got to talk to y'all. As a Panthers fan, man, the best part about these wins is the crash out from fan bases. Because, one, they think we're the same old 2023 Panthers that are just pathetic and pitiful. We may not be a playoff team off rip. I'm not saying we are. I'm not saying we aren't. But we're definitely not 2023 bad. They still think that's us. They be so offended and hurt when they lose to the Panthers. Like they're just so above where we are. When they've been trash too. The Dolphins, trash. The Falcons, trash. The Cowboys, defense trash. Y'all trash too. Y'all ain't achieved nothing since we've been in the league either. These teams are always so hurt and offended when we beat them. Look, man, the crash out is the best part of being a Panthers fan. Witnessing the crash out the day of and the day after we beat them is the best part. I don't know why they get these big heads and just think that they're so much better than us. I don't know why. But I love giving them a big reality check. I love giving them a big reality check. I love it. I can't believe we lost to the Panthers. What you mean? What you mean you can't believe you lost to the Panthers? Brother, you're the Dolphins. You're trash. I can't believe we lost to the Panthers. Brother, you're the Falcons. Y'all haven't been to the playoffs since we've been to the playoffs. I can't believe we lost to the Panthers. Bruh. Who do you think you are? Who do you really think you are? Who do you think you are? That you're just above losing to the Panthers. Look, man. People got a lot of audacity. If they ain't gonna have nothing else, these folks gonna have audacity to think that their team is just that much better. It's so funny seeing the crash outs. Don't let nobody tell y'all anything, man. I think we're in that phase now where people are waking up to us. We're still not getting respected. We've never been respected. We didn't get the respect when we were 15-1, whatever. They was calling us the worst undefeated team when at that point of all time. You know what I mean? The respect is just few and far between. It's really going to be hard to get the respect. It's going to take a while for that. But we damn sure are turning the tide on people realizing like, oh, maybe the Panthers aren't that trash. Maybe there are worse teams. You know what I'm saying? Like people, they're starting to wake up. You're shifting the narrative. It's going to take a lot more because we've been the punching bag. David Tepper has made us an easy target. His meddling, his ineptitude has made us an easy target. And me and you, I mean, he has too, we've reaped the consequences. So it's going to take a while for the mindset of the masses to change, but it's changing. It's changing. But the respect, it's going to take a minute. They might not ever respect us, but that's good. I'm going to take that chip. I'm going to take that chip. And the steps that you have to take, you have to start beating the teams you're supposed to beat. You're not bottom tier. Don't be that team that gives the Jets their first win. Don't be that team that gives the Jets their first win. Handle your business. I know you haven't won on the road this year, but handle your business. They got you as underdogs. Handle your business. Handle your business. Beat the teams you're supposed to. This game against the Jets will be a real test to see where we're at. The Cowboys game was a big test to see what we're capable of when we're going against a top flight quarterback like that. This Jets game is a crucial game. It might not seem like much, but as Panthers fans and as a Panthers franchise, it might be one of the most crucial games of this new culture. We haven't won a game on the road. This is a team where they're 0-6. A bunch of players are hurt. Justin Fields is struggling. You should win if you bout what you think you bout. But we've seen far too many times the Panthers have lost games over the years that they're supposed to win. We got a lot of trauma in the fan base of people thinking we're going to lose. You heard Nick Scott on the little mic'd up. You got to start expecting to win. Based off the work that you put in, the team should expect to win. And when you expect to win, realize you got to go get it. They're not going to lay down just because they 0-6 and you 3-3. No, they're not. You got to go get it. You got to go get it. And so handle your business, man. Handle your business. Yeah, Verse said we did we opened as underdogs, but I don't know with Garrett Wilson being out and all that stuff, it might have changed, I'm sure. But it has everything to do with us being horrible on the road thus far. It's all it is. That's all it is. So again, the next step for this team is to do what you're supposed to do. Handle your business. Be a grown-up. Handle your business. They're 0-6. You're 3-3. Their coach is on the hot seat. Their quarterback that they paid money is struggling, but he's not going to get benched yet. The media wants him benched. Their best receiver is hurt. Handle your business. Let us know you're serious. I think the Cowboys game opened the eyes for a lot of fans. But you can lose a lot of them fans too if you blow the game against the Jets. You got to handle your business. You got to handle your business. I'm excited though. I'm excited about this win. Again, every Wednesday, after further review podcast, we go over film breakdowns live. That's the best place to get film breakdowns on my channel is on Wednesdays live. Not the replay, the live. A live. Because of the copyright from the NFL, live. I've opened up the memberships as well. I'll be putting I'll be putting the film breakdowns for members as well on the channel, on the memberships, excuse me, for that. So make sure y'all check that out. I'm about to get up off here. I got to lock in for the rest of this Falcons game. The Bills tripping. Got to hate watch the Bears too. Hopefully they lose. About to get on the split screen. I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Y'all make sure y'all keep pounding. Keep your head up. We got to handle our business next week. Enjoy this victory, though, man. Enjoy this victory. It tastes like victory. It tastes like victory. Look, man. Everything goes according to plan. We'll be right back here next Sunday celebrating. Everything goes according to plan. We'll be right back here celebrating. I love y'all. I'll see y'all. Peace.